Now at 10, drugged, beaten, even kidnapped while vacationing at popular resorts in Mexico. The new push for travel agents to make sure you know the risk before you book that trip.
Do you really know what happens to your loved ones after they're buried or cremated? The shocking news that one Texas woman is wondering where her mother is. Plus,
if you really want it, you can have it. All you need to do is try. And I didn't always believe that, but that never stopped me from trying.
This Pasadena senior is only 17 years old. She's already been published in medical journals. That opened doors she never imagined.
But we are starting with breaking news tonight. Several families are looking for new homes after this fire raced through their apartments in Southwest Houston tonight.
And we are hearing from one of them who proved to be a hero in the chaos. Let's get right to Brett Buffington, live along Forum West with the story for us. Brett?
And Mia, this is that building tonight, and you look at it, you can see exactly how this fire started or where this fire started up there on the 3rd floor. In fact, while this entire building is considered a loss, just those units up there on the top floor are the only ones these flames burned. Now look at how intense this fire was. This video shot by a man who was on the 3rd floor of this apartment building. He woke up to the sound of neighbors screaming. He told me he ran out of his home and started knocking on other doors, trying to make sure that others got out too. Thankfully, everyone in this building was out when firefighters got here. By then, this fire was already through the building's roof. The man who shot this video, he's a college student from Pakistan, and everything he left behind in his apartment was destroyed.
I was asleep, I didn't know what's going on, and I looked at it, there was a big fire next to me. I felt the heat from the door. I was like, you know, I need to do something too, so I just found out.
Tonight, arson investigators are at that scene. This scene, that doesn't necessarily mean that anything suspicious happened with this fire. More than just firefighters want to know exactly how this started. As for the people who were displaced, the Red Cross is here tonight. They are trying to find places for these victims to stay. Lynn, we're trying to figure out tonight exactly how many people that is.
yeah, we feel for them. Hopefully they'll find something very soon. Thank you, Brett. The man who was arrested on New Year's Eve with several guns in his Houston hotel room has just been cleared by a grand jury. Russell Ziemba was facing an assault charge after he got into a struggle with a police officer. Police say he'd been drinking and was harassing guests at the Hyatt Hotel downtown. The officer was not hurt. Ziemba had 2 semi-automatic weapons and a pump-action shotgun in his room. Detectives say Ziemba didn't intend to use them and apparently was keeping them in his room so they wouldn't be stolen from his truck.
Tonight, the impeachment trial for Texas State University student body president did not go as planned. Connor Clegg is from Baytown. The impeachment trial had to be canceled because more than half of the student House and Senate didn't show up. Clegg's term is up in just 10 days, but those calling for his impeachment were hoping to send a message. Clegg has been under fire ever since making posts on social media that some consider racist. He also threatened to defund the student newspaper that exposed those posts.
The White House appears to be backing off a threatening tweet President Trump sent out today about Syria in response to an alleged chemical attack that killed more than 40 people over the weekend. The president said a missile attack is in the works, saying they will be coming, nice, new, and smart, and telling Russia, you shouldn't be partners with a gas-killing animal who kills his people and enjoys it. But when reporters asked about the tweet today, the White House press secretary wouldn't elaborate.
We're maintaining that we have a number of options, and all of those options are still on the table. Final decisions haven't been made yet on that front.
So does it mean anything at all? What does it mean?
It certainly means, I think there's a lot there that you can read from, but at the same time, the president has a number of options at his disposal, and all of those options remain on the table, and we're continuing to look at each one of them.
A team of independent weapons experts is now headed to Syria to try and confirm whether chemical weapons were in fact used.
Governor Greg Abbott plans to head to the border tomorrow to visit newly stationed National Guard troops. His visit will come just a couple of days after emphasizing plans to send more than 1,000 Texas National Guard members to help secure the border. Now, they'll provide air support using drones and helicopters and help with surveillance systems. They won't, however, try to arrest anyone crossing the border illegally. Mexico is a very popular vacation spot for Texans, but dozens of tourists are furious, wanting to know why they weren't warned before they were drugged, robbed, or assaulted while visiting popular resorts. Lauren Tallarico joins us now at Hobby Airport with the story. Lauren?
Well, Mia, on any given day, you can hop on one of 8 nonstop flights from Houston to Cancun. Thousands of people do it every single month, and we want to make sure no one feels misled.
White sand beaches of Cancun City.
They are tourist destinations that promise a good time.
Why didn't anyone warn us about this?
But a recent investigation by the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel reveals a darker side. Last year, investigative reporter Raquel Rutledge began looking into Abby Connor's death, a 20-year-old who drowned under suspicious circumstances while on vacation with her family.
I got flooded with emails and phone calls.
Since then, she's had almost 200 people say they, too, had frightening stories, from blackouts to sexual assaults, robberies, and more, many of them unreported.
We also think that if something happens to us, that somebody, the FBI, the State Department, somebody will investigate and we'll have help. And what I kept hearing time and time again was none of that was true.
It's a troubling trend out of places like Cancun.
I kept hearing over and over again from people saying, you know, we wish we had known.
Holiday spots overrun with drug gangs. Last week, Cancun saw 14 murders in just 36 hours. Homicides of American citizens in Mexico jumped too, up 36% in a year. Information that travel agents should tell you, but often don't.
The travel companies have a legal obligation to inform.
KHOU legal analyst Gerald Treese agrees.
I think there's a clear duty on the part of a travel service to warn the potential traveler of dangers they know or should know.
There is a travel alert in place for Cancun, but until this investigation, Rutledge says the State Department wasn't even tracking these reports.
That was eye-opening to me because I guess I had higher expectations out of the State Department.
Now, the point of the story isn't to talk anybody out of traveling to Mexico, but everyone deserves to know the risks involved no matter where they travel. And for some reason, most of these terrifying reports were falling on deaf ears. Reporting from Hobby Airport and standing for Houston, I'm Lauren Tallarico, KHOU 11 News.
We certainly know so many people from here do travel down there. Thank you, Lauren. Dream Act Now. Those 3 words illuminating tonight on the campus of the University of Houston downtown. Undocumented immigrants are calling on lawmakers in Washington to pass legislation that would give them full citizenship, ending a life in limbo. The so-called dreamers brought to the U.S. when they were children are demanding they not be forgotten.
I just want to showcase to the world, and specifically to the Houston area, that we're still here and that we're going to continue pushing forward. We want to be loud and proud of who we are.
The president has tried to do away with the Deferred Action Program, or DACA, but a federal judge ordered protections for immigrants must stay in place, at least for the time being.
The playoffs are set for the Rockets. Houston's playing Sacramento right now, but Rockets fans are already looking ahead to this weekend.
Yeah, and who will the Rockets meet in the first round? Jason Bristol is here. He's got the matchup. Jason.
Yeah, enough with the setup, right? Let's go right to the board. The Rockets will be facing the Minnesota Timberwolves. The T-Wolves tonight beating the Nuggets for the final playoff spot in the West, so they have the 8th seed. As we look at the standings, here you go. And of course, right number 8, that's the one that Houston will play. Minnesota is in, Denver is out. And this Rockets T-Wolves series will start at Toyota Center either Saturday or Sunday. And Houston, well, the Rockets are a perfect 4-0 against the T-Wolves this season. Let's get it on, guys.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Thanks so much, Jason.